What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sixers Postgame Live. Sixers go down 115-107 in arguably the worst regular season Sixers loss in recent memory. Joining me, he is Mitch Kofsky. Go give him a follow on X at Mitch Kofsky. Go check out Hardcore Sports. What's going on, Mitch?
I'm disappointed. A lot of feelings right now. A lot of feelings. But Gerson Yabusele with setting the screens. That was the best part of the game.
Oh. I can't even go there right now, man. The title of this show is "It's Time to Panic." I was promising myself we weren't going to panic, but I don't know how Nick Nurse and this front office is going to sell a load management strategy for Paul George and Joel Embiid after getting beat by a Toronto Raptors squad that is loaded with G Leaguers top to bottom. The Raptors didn't even have Emmanuel Quickley, Bruce Brown, and RJ Barrett. This is kudos to the Sixers, by the way. Like, they almost always find incredible, mind-blowing ways to lose and embarrass the fans.
Yeah.
It's almost impressive. It's almost impressive knowing that this Sixers franchise will go above and beyond your expectations, such as getting outplayed and run off the court by a team that's trying to tank, Mitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Dude, the best part, we rebrand. We'll talk about that in a sec. But for me, this is what I have to say about it. Where do I begin, dude? Where do I even begin? Lost to the Raptors, yeah. Kelly Oubre really did good in the fourth quarter, man. In the fourth quarter, he was trying to pull us back in. Him and Caleb Martin, they were trying to step up, but then a little too late. Too little, too late. So,
My issue starts with Nick Nurse. At what point do people start to realize that Nick Nurse simply hasn't coached that well? Like, there were times when Joel Embiid was hurt last season and the Sixers were horribly coached, especially the offense. This is a guy who keeps playing washed up players on the court, keeps running terrible looking offenses. Like, it's shocking. Like, the Raptors offense with four nobodies and Scotty Barnes looked so much better than the Sixers on the court. People will say the Sixers team needs to gel. They just need time. Dude, this team got cooked. And I have bigger takes on this. That was a hard watch. Are we worried about Maxey? I'm going to go in on Maxey in just a minute because I said this on Mitch's show, and it's okay. But I'm going to call it as it is, and we're going to get there. Mitch, any thoughts on that before we get into top plays?
for me, I don't know, man. It's just tough. I can't really say much. I can't really say much right now.
All right, let's get into top plays of the game. Pretty much all of these came in the first quarter, second quarter, when Tyrese Maxey looked pretty good in the first quarter. Was shooting the rock, nice pull-up three. I believe this was the sequence when they had back-to-back three-pointers. Nice screen set there by Yabusele. Man, I got a lot to say about Tyrese Maxey. I think there's so many takes. Here is another pick and roll with Tyrese Maxey. Nice bounce pass to Yabu.
Yep.
Finishes the dunk. That was nice. Behind the back pass to Kelly Oubre in the corner, catch and shoot three. That was probably one of the better passes of Tyrese Maxey's career.
Yep.
If I'm being honest, that was sick, man. And this was like the Sixers were right in there in the first quarter, looking okay. At this point in the game, Tyrese Maxey was playing okay, not perfect, playing okay, but everyone else was terrible.
Yep.
And then everything else, this shit just hit the fan after the first quarter. Screen by KJ Martin. Nice finish through traffic, through contact for Tyrese Maxey. And is this it? I think this is it. Kyle Lowry,
Nothing really.
leave Kelly Oubre, who lobs it to Andre Drummond. Not a lot, Mitch. Man, this was bad. This was all bad. All right, let's get into Tyrese. Oh, let's get some comments. Kelly Oubre played his ass off tonight. No, he did not. Bring back the dreads. I like that. Hot take. I'm done with this eras of Sixers basketball. Often injured players, small players. We're going to get into that as well. Let's get into Tyrese Maxey and what we saw from him tonight. Tyrese Maxey finished 6 of 23 for 24 points. He had 4 assists, only 1 turnover. He was a +1 in this one. But, man, horrible defense. Straight horrible defense. Again, he played well in the first quarter. He had 13 points in 12 minutes. It was good to see him get to the free throw line 5 of 5. That was one more attempt than he had in the entire Bucks game. But outside of that, man, he was at like the quarters 2, 3, and 4. He was chucking. He had terrible shot selection. I didn't see any progress with his playmaking after that behind the back pass. And the defense was bad, man. He was getting cooked by Grady Dick, especially on the backdoor cuts. 4 assists in the first 10 minutes and then really nothing after that. And I think this was a great example of just where Tyrese Maxey's at this point in time. You know, it's not an indictment on this guy. I think he's tremendous, but I don't think this is his game right now. I think he's truly the only shot creator on the team. This team was purposefully built to be around Joel Embiid and Paul George. Unfortunately, like we just don't have the creation ability outside of Maxey. And man, like it's unbelievable how impactful Joel Embiid is on this team because the level he anchors the offense and defense the way he does, it's unbelievable. It's truly unbelievable. And if there are any more haters on Joel Embiid going on social media at this point and have actually watched this game, and I don't know what else to say. Quick, go on Tyrese Maxey.
It's the 2 for 12 that really bugs me from 3. He's just like chucking up shots again. I just don't understand when players are open, shoot the ball. They keep on forcing it back to Maxey. Like, I just don't get it. That's why we have guys that can shoot.
Dude, it was really
get it. It's team basketball.
I fully agree with that. The lack of aggression from the role players tonight. And I'm going to call out one of my favorite players on this team. And I was really high on him during the preseason. And even the game against the Bucks was Caleb Martin. Like, where's the aggression? It was pissing me off all game, pump faking everything. I agree. I like Maxey, it's a process. It's going to be a process for him as he grows this year. But through 2 games, Mitch, Maxey is shooting 16 of 53 from the floor, 4 of 21 from 3. 4 of 21. I mean, there was 0 catch and shoot threes in the game against the Bucks. I think there was at least one of them here against the Raptors. But man, this is very concerning. Very concerning. Yeah. Maxey and Oubre challenging 3-point Raptors in the lane was so frustrating. Maxey is playing awful. I agree. I thought Maxey's defense was even worse. And I don't know what else to say other than the shot selection, the defense, the playmaking. He is a long way away. And like the Raptors were sending 2-3 guys after him on every single drive, just like we saw in the Bucks, because they know that he's not going to dish it to any of his teammates. He does not drive and kick, and it is so frustrating. That's what we have been talking about on this show for at least a year. And when are we going to see it, Mitch?
I don't know, but you know what really bothers me? I'm not talking about the game in general. I'm talking about the comparison between Maxey and Iverson. The difference is Iverson had nobody that could shoot the ball. Maxey has a lot of people that can shoot the ball. That's the only difference. Maxey does not have to do this. He does not. And since 2 for 12, go on to the next player. I can't.
It was a weird game, just kind of circling back to now. We'll talk offense and defense in a little bit. Gershon Yabusele, I guess we can go to him. He had 9 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 4 boards, an assist, 3 turnovers, and a block. I think he's a good offensive player. I think he's a good screener, like you said. I think he's good at handoffs. I think he can post up smaller defenders. He's a pretty good shooter. It's all for me how his defense holds up at this point in time. Once Embiid is back and he's playing the 4, I am excited to see what that looks like, especially on a team that's small. I think he's going to play more than we think. But I'm definitely concerned about the fouls. I mean, he's picking up fouls at an absurd level. He had 4 fouls in this one. He had 3 fouls like halfway through the second quarter. I am not sold whatsoever on this guy as a 5. I think the Sixers have been getting cooked defensively with him at the 5. And what are your thoughts on Yabusele?
He should have started over Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin should have got off the bench. He shot the same amount. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Yabusele had 3 baskets in less time than Caleb Martin did. So for me, I'll just go with the hot hand with more aggression. Caleb Martin, like you said, no aggression at all. That's why I like him for the bench. He can help these guys with the aggression off the bench. But Yabusele, I think he should start. I really do.
Caleb Martin, 0 for 1 again from 3. I'm pretty sure he was 0 for 1 in game 1. Caleb Martin is disappointing me, man. I liked his hustle. I liked his rebounding in the first game. The energy was all there. But, man, he had a really tough game. Really tough. It was +2, and he had 4 assists, 3 turnovers. Nick says, not usually a Kyle Lowry guy, but I actually thought he was the bright spot tonight. Kyle Lowry. I have a hot take on Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry had 14 points in 29 minutes. He shot 3 of 5 from 3 again. I'm pretty sure that's what he had against the Bucks. Kyle Lowry needs to start on this team. He has to start because the Sixers do not have ball handlers. They do not have anybody that can help Tyrese Maxey off the ball. Kyle Lowry, and I said it on your show, on your pregame show, and I'm feeling it even more after tonight. The Sixers have a major problem at guard, and they need to find someone to develop in that role. But until then, it's got to be Kyle Lowry because I was screaming at the TV to put in Jared McCain. If no one's going to shoot the fucking ball from 3, just put in Jared McCain and give him the ball. He will shoot. But they don't even look for him. He played – what did Jared McCain shoot from 3? I mean, how much time? He only got 4 minutes.
He only had 4 minutes again.
I am pretty sure that was all in the first. I don't remember seeing him in the second half. Maybe
he did not play in the second half.
You have guys that are pump faking into eternity. Put in Jared McCain, and you nailed it. Like that was a big reason why Tyrese Maxey struggled because guys aren't shooting the ball, Mitch.
Nobody is shooting the ball. I'm not big on a Kyle Lowry. I'm not at all. But you bring up a good point. Who's the best ball handler that we have right now? Who's the best guy? It's arguably him. Who else?
It's mainly just to get Maxey off the ball. That's the entire point.
Yeah.
We have Phil in the house. Make sure you go subscribe to Set the Trend Sports Network and check out my man Trending in the AM, one of my favorite shows, best morning shows in Philly sports. What's the 2025 draft look like? The Sixers do not have a draft pick in 2025. Their pick is protected 1 through 6, Mitch. So who knows? Who knows? I made a sarcastic tweet, capture the flag.
I didn't see that. I gotta look at that. Oh, that's funny.
Tech says Lowry is small. Playing with Maxi makes it's at least at this point, Tech. I don't even know what to do, but it was nice to see the rotation tonight. I will say that's the only positive I will give to Nick Nurse, who was dog shit in
Yeah.
this one. But it was nice to see the Sixers go to like a 12-man rotation with Ricky and McCain. They didn't play very much, but they still got on the court. But I agree, Tech, like throw Jared McCain in there. Why not? I mean, the offense looks so bad. Lowry is toast, but he's still a bright spot. That's a problem. Give Jeff Dowtin a shot. I would be down for that. Please talk about Nurse. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into our offensive takes because I have quite a lot of them. Wait, hold on. That's the wrong one. Here it is. All right. We're going to talk top offensive takeaways, and that's mostly Nick Nurse. I think that's the problem, Mitch. That's why I'm numb right now because I don't know what's worse, the offense or the defense, at least in this point in time. I mean, you start with Maxi, way too many contested attempts at the rim. I feel like defenses have absolutely figured him out, period. I know we're down Joel. I know we're down Paul George, but it's inexcusable for the offense to be this bad. It's basically been Maxi and no one else. Mm-hmm. We've seen Yabusele passing up wide open threes. We've seen Martin passing up wide open threes. Way too many contested shots from Maxi. Like I feel like the entire offense, all it is just dribble behind the 3-point line for 10 seconds every single possession, and I've seen every single possession turn into just heavy ISOs, and it's all it is just step back threes, drive into bigs, get blocked, no ball handlers, no playmakers. I was really hoping this team would revamp the offense mainly around Tyrese Maxey and maybe try and create something normal. But I mean, you look at the Boston Celtics, you look at even the Raptors, like they're getting buckets at ease. Guys are moving off ball. Like there is none of that in this offense. What was your take on the offense?
Like you said, there was basically nothing on this offense. The biggest thing, like I said before, is the players are passing wide open opportunities to Maxey. That is the biggest takeaway from me. That is the biggest takeaway. It's just like, I'm getting Doc Rivers vibes. I'm honestly getting Glenn Rivers vibes right now. It's not good. It's not good at all. Am I wrong?
No, I'm just numb right now. I appreciate your honest Maxey takes, contested shots, perimeter dribbling. It's not good, man. It is. He looks really frustrated. He clearly benefits from the gravity of Joel Embiid, the gravity of Paul George. I don't know what else to say, but it's got to be better. Like I wasn't expecting Maxey to be putting up 30-some points a game, but 24 points on 23 shots is not it. That is not Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is. I'm going to call it as that is. He's not a point guard. He's not a point guard at this point in time. He's got a long way to go for that.
Here's an interesting stat. Did you know that the Raptors blocked us 14 times?
Well, I feel like half of those were to Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre shot 9 of 17 from the floor, 28 points. I feel like those are empty stats at the fourth quarter where they're trying to make a run. The game was basically put away. But man, my God, like Jacob Poeltl had like probably 4 blocks on him inside the paint. I I thought Oubre didn't have a good game whatsoever. I don't care about the 28 points. I liked his aggressiveness in the Bucks game. Not my favorite performance from Kelly Oubre. Any other offensive takes on anybody else before we roll on?
Offensive takes, not really, no. I really got nothing. Reggie Jackson got some playing time.
All right.
Like,
I don't know. Let's go into defensive takeaways. Nick says Scotty Barnes was absolutely phenomenal on both ends. I love Scotty Barnes. Reggie Jackson, Ricky Council didn't get enough playing time. I don't understand why Ricky Council's not out there, man. We at least know he'll get to the free throw line and attack and not hesitate from three. Let's get into defensive takeaways. For me, I just don't know what the scheme is. Like, I've never seen a team look so unprepared and disorganized in my life. The Sixers have been getting absolutely murdered from back cuts these two games. Eric Gordon cannot play defense. And this is quite honestly, just circling back to Nick Nurse, it's a horribly coached team where backdoor cuts are always open. They're always overhelping for no reason. And they don't defend the rim whatsoever. They don't defend the paint. I feel like guys don't slide their feet whatsoever. And we saw a Raptors team just carve up this Sixers defense, basically get whatever they want. This kind of also circles back to Joel Embiid and how much he impacts this team defensively and turns them into an above average defense. What was your take on the defense?
Just the backdoor cuts were amazing. Like, how many times in the zone you see a backdoor cut, bounce pass it in, backdoor cut, bounce pass it in. No adjustments or nothing. It's the same exact thing on the whole time. Same exact play.
Yeah,
same exact play, most likely.
Pump Man, I led the show with this. Go back to where I kind of ripped into Maxey a little bit. Again, it's the second game. It's October basketball. Nobody cares about October basketball. Maybe the season ticket holders. I also tweeted if there was a win, is that there's no way the Sixers come back to Philly on I think October 30th or 31st without Paul George and Joel Embiid on the court. This team is getting embarrassed. And there's no way they're not on that court because they will be booed into oblivion if they're not suited up. So I think that's one takeaway. But I agree. Grady Dick had his number in this one. Gary Trent Jr. completely owned him in game one for the Bucks game. And two, going offensively, I thought Maxey struggled to dribble around him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Maybe he pulled a Donovan McNabb and gained too much muscle because he maybe looks a little slower, just a tad slower. He could not drive by Grady Dick, and that's a problem. I actually think Drummond, he's going to be my player of the game unless Mitch takes him. I thought Drummond was very solid. All things considered, 11 points, 9 boards, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Always just so underrated in those passing lanes. He had a stretch in the third quarter where I thought he was really, really good. We'll get to that in a second. We got Philly halftime, cannot get offensive boards. And that was the thing. Honestly, I thought if you replicated the Bucks performance into the Raptors game, I thought the Sixers would roll this team, and it was the exact opposite. We didn't see any of that heart. We didn't see any of that hustle that we saw in that Bucks game. So Pump Man says all the cuts were on Maxey. Our Philly sports team's cursed. It feels like that. On pick and roll, Maxey gets gets beat. Drummond steps up. Maxey refuses to help Drummond hedge. Maxey needs to step up. Maxey has tunnel vision. Is that not the comment of the night? Maxey has tunnel vision driving the paint against three people. That's the thing. You'll see. I think that's the adjustment we're seeing the last two games. I mean, how many times did Maxey get his shit blocked from Brook Lopez in the Bucks game? This was not different. I think teams are setting 2-3 guys at him every single time he drives into the paint and penetrates. And Maxey needs to learn to change his pace and find open guys on the perimeter. And we're not seeing that. He's chucking too much. He's trying to do too much on offense. Less is more for Tyrese Maxey. That's my take so far. Any other comments before we roll on to player of the game?
I don't know, man. I'm drawing a blank here. You can move on to player of the game.
Player of the game. I'm going first, Mitch. You're not taking mine. I'm going Andre Drummond. I honestly don't even know who I would go with. Maybe Kyle Lowry. Give me Andre Drummond. This was a very solid Andre Drummond game. I think there were times you had the one-handed putback slam off the miss from Maxey. He's such a sneaky good defender, especially with the steals. Always has quick hands. Was he exposed in drop coverage at times? Yes. Did the Raptors try hack a Drummond tonight? Yes. But I thought he dominated the glass on both ends. I thought he was getting easy buckets in the paint. In a game where nothing was easy, I thought Andre Drummond offensively and defensively was probably the top guy. Any thoughts on that? And who's your player of the game?
I agree with you with the Andre Drummond thing. The hack a Drummond thing, that's going to get on my nerves when it comes to the playoffs or whatever. Just in the regular season, it's going to drive me crazy.
Concern. No, we talked about that on previous shows. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how much Andre Drummond will be playable in the playoffs. That's why I low-key would love to ramp up at Mbona because I feel like his perimeter defense, he wouldn't be as easily switchable defensively because a team like Boston, Andre Drummond wouldn't be able to play with them.
Nah. If it's against Horford, maybe.
Maybe in 5-minute stints. Outside of that, that's not going to happen. Yabu was good. Player of the game. Go Eagles. Oh, God. Pirtle and Brook immediately contested paint shots. All those guys do is hit the center. Who's your player of the game?
I'm stuck between two. You know what? I'm not a fan of this guy, but I'll take Kyle Lowry here. I'll take Kyle Lowry just for the fact of being consistent, man. He was 3 for 5 from 3, 14 points. He had a couple of assists there, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. You could say Kelly Oubre, but mostly that was in garbage time. So basically, it's just here, we'll give you the points. We already kicked your behind. So here, just take those points. So I'm going to go with Kyle Lowry here.
He had another 5 attempts from 3. This whole offseason, we were talking and praising Daryl Morey and his additions. And so far, all I see, Mitch, are guys that are afraid to shoot. And Kyle Lowry, he's letting it rip. He's at least – and some of those are contested shots. They're not easy buckets because all the Sixers do is very Doc Rivers-esque. Just dribble the ball up super slow and shoot a last-second shot on the shot clock. But kudos to Kyle Lowry. I think he's been fine. Yabu says +5. I'm a big Gershon Yabusele guy. I just don't like his fit on this team right now, if that makes sense. I'm excited to see what he looks like with Paul George and Joel Embiid especially. But that's my take on him. But I think he does all the little things very well. Defensively is going to be the turning point for Yabusele going forward. All
What's
right.
the
Dude,
I don't know.
picked on Caleb today. I'm not getting the refs. The refs.
The
There's so many foul. How many free throws were in this game?
Just scroll down.
53 plus 46, 99. 99 free throws. This is a late game. I mean, usually these games are over by like 9:15. And it wasn't over until like 10.
Well, remember I started the pregame at 6:30.
Oh my God. I don't know how you do that, man. You're a lot younger than I am.
I mean, tomorrow I'm streaming the Michigan game, so I got that and another show in the morning.
Yeah, you're a beast. You're a beast. All right, let's get into our new segment. Sorry, I didn't really tell you, Mitch. But we're gonna call the Sixers game in 3 words or less. All right.
Where have I heard that before?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I did ask for permission from Shane. So
Fly
By the
like
way,
an eagle thing too. Okay.
first of all, he stole it from BGN. So I'm just
I came up with my own.
Oh man. Ken Nurse coach, Nick Nurse overrated. Unprepared and undisciplined, I'll go with. My take is just Nick Nurse. Like, there's zero reason for these guys to get run off the court by 4 G Leaguers and Scotty Barnes. This is a pathetic, embarrassing performance. One of the worst regular season losses I have ever seen. Sixers Summer League, Mitch, I'll take that 10 times out of 10 times over what we saw tonight.
Right.
I don't know what this was. This team had zero heart, zero effort, zero hustle, nothing. They didn't shoot well against the Bucks, but at least they were hustling and getting boards. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any adjustments from game 1 whatsoever. What do you have a Sixers game in 3 words or less, Mitch?
Where this will bring back an old video game memory if you guys know this. Old video game. Where's the defense? NFL Street?
I don't know.
That's my 3 words or less. Where's the defense?
All right. Everybody can say we're going to, and the season just begun, but that's pathetic. Yeah, it's all bad. Mitch, let's wrap it up. We spent 33 minutes on this game that we can never get back. I will say, like, game 1, I'm not concerned. Game 2, I'm a little concerned. I'm trying not to overreact. But I gotta call it as it is. Like, there are legit reasons to be concerned. Final thoughts, plugs, time's yours.
Well, I'm on Twitter right now. Buddy Hield at halftime, 24 points, 6 for 11 from the field, and 9 for 11 from the field, 6 for 7 from 3. So there's Buddy Hield. But
did you see hold on. Tobias Harris. Oh, he did scores. At one point, Tobias was like putting up like a goose egg for the Detroit Pistons, but he did have 10 points in 35 minutes.
Okay. But yes, guys, you can follow me on Twitter at Mitch Topsy, the Hardcore Sports Network, Stream Punk Entertainment. Yep. I got the 2 shows tomorrow. I got the 2 shows Sunday, so on and so forth.
All right. He is Mitch Kofsky. Go check out Hardcore Sports.
Yeah.
We'll be rotating different things like post game on his channel and so forth as we kind of figure this thing out. What's up? Sunday we'll be doing our college football, I think week 9 preview. I could be wrong. I think that's Alabama versus Missouri for game of the week. So we'll be talking about that. That's Sunday at noon. And then, of course, Eagles pin pool. Go check out halftime and post game for Eagles versus Bengals and Party on Broad. I've been putting out daily shorts on the Eagles and Sixers Go check those out. So thanks everyone for watching. We're wrapping this thing up. I'm just cooked. I'm cooked, man. I think I need a break from the Sixers because I mean we're back at it on Sunday, right after the Eagles game. I think it's like a 3:30 game.
Yeah, I'm not even streaming the Sixers because I got the Eagles.
Yeah. It's going to be a long Sunday. One last time, he is Mitch Kofsky at Mitch Kofsky on X. Go check out Hardcore Sports. I am Dibes, Mr. Crockpot. For Mitch, for myself, stay awesome.